That's what we normally did, but I said, Seth, listen, I can't go out to eat today. I said, I've got this really important test that I have to study for. Would you mind coming to the library with me, helping me study? And he agreed with that. We also convinced his younger sister, Sarah, to come to the library with us as well. When all of a sudden, we started to hear all of this chaos and commotion coming from the hallway. And I remember glancing out, and I saw students running. They looked panicked and afraid, and they were running through the hallway, kind of pushing one another, trying to get away from something. And I glanced at the entrance to the library, and I saw a teacher come running through the doors, and she was panicked, and she was screaming at the top of her lungs. She said, "There's 2 boys with guns and bombs. They're shooting students. Hide under your tables." I remember kind of looking around at Seth and Sarah at the door, and we hear the 2 boys come into the library. They told us all, they said, "Everybody stand up, get out from underneath of your tables." Of course, we didn't. We stayed still holding on to one another, my body now shaking uncontrollably from the fear that I was feeling. And suddenly they said, "Well, everybody's about to die. We're about to blow this library up." And then for the next 7.5 minutes, yes, 7.5 minutes may not sound like very much time. I mean, maybe in 7.5 minutes, you wake up and you eat breakfast, or maybe in 7.5 minutes you jump in the shower and you get ready for school, or maybe in 7.5 minutes you walk here or drive here. 7.5 minutes doesn't sound like very much time, but to me, 7.5 minutes under that table felt like an eternity, felt like forever. As I listened to those 2 boys weave in and out of tables, laughing at students, making fun of them, mocking them, mostly because of their physical characteristics, things that they saw. If they were overweight, if they wore glasses, had different color skin, or even belonged to a different social group than they did. Killing them, ending their lives for those very things. And as I listened to these 2 boys, not only was I afraid, but I was so sad to hear their voices. You see, they were actually excited about what they were doing. They felt as though they were finally getting revenge on everybody whom they believe had picked on them and made fun of them for far too long. And you know, it's pretty sad to think that these 2 boys thought this to be their only solution. To all the pain and all of the hurt that they were feeling inside, that they thought this was their only solution. They planned the attacks on our high school for an entire year before ever even coming through the doors, never realizing that there was another way out. One of the boys, in fact, in his journal, wrote before ever coming to our school, he said, "This never would have happened. I never would have had to do this if people just would have been nice to me." I waited for death to come, but nothing happened. The 2 boys began talking about how they ran out of ammunition. They had to go reload their guns, leaving their ammo in another part of the school, yet making it very clear that they were coming back to kill those of us who are still alive, that they would return to finish the job that they started. And so, as they left, the shooting stopped, but the fire alarms are still raging, ringing out the emergency. The strobe lights were still flashing, air still thick with smoke, but the shooting stopped, giving us a small window of opportunity to get up from underneath of our tables and to escape. Time was that the library was the scene of the most intense violence that day. You see, 13 people were killed at my school, 12 students and 1 teacher. 10 of the 13 were inside of the library where we were hiding. 24 people wounded, 15 of which were inside of the library, some so badly that they're still in wheelchairs today. They bear the physical scars and reminders of what happened so long ago. What we also didn't know, out of the 20-some tables that were in the library, every single table except 1 had a student who was injured or killed, as far as we can tell from our research. Every single table except 1. And that was the table where Seth, Sarah, and myself were hiding. The three of us were left completely unwounded, unscathed. There's no reason, no logical reason that I should be standing here today.